how much more is there to go before you get back to pre-COVID levels?
Yeah, so let's go through each of our businesses in turn. So what we're seeing overall is that we're nearly there at pre-COVID level capacity domestically. We're just over 100% in our fourth quarter, which is April, May, June. We are seeing our international business getting back to pre-COVID capacity levels quite rapidly. We've gone from 55 to nearly 65 by quarter to 71, and the last quarter, the April to June quarter, will be 82%. But we are seeing unbelievable demand across the board, really strong demand in leisure, in business, in SME, in corporate. And that's led to a record result in Qantas Domestic. We've made a 22% margin in the Qantas Domestic business. We've seen a record result in Qantas International. We've seen a pretty good result, 11% margin in Jetstar Domestic, and we've seen a record result in our Qantas loyalty program, which is on track to hit around 450 million in earnings this year. So overall, every part of the business is doing exceptionally well, and we see the pent-up demand continuing for some time.
Okay, it's good to know. And, because of this resurgence in demand, I mean, yourself as well as most other airlines are having to cope with. I mean, this is a situation where it's maybe too much of a good thing because it's a struggle, I know, in terms of getting pilots back to work, cabin crew back to work as well. What is the situation with Qantas right now, and how much of a challenge is this as you have to continue trying to cut costs?
So we're in a position where, one, we're also recognizing our staff, and we're actually paying big bonuses for our people this year because of the amazing work they've done and the tough times they've gone through over the last 2 years. We're going to have a $12,000 bonuses in staff travel credits, in shares and in cash that each non-executive employee will get this year. We don't have an issue with pilots. We haven't seen any attrition on our pilot ranks. We did see a lot of cabin crew leaving, and we're in a massive recruitment and training program to get the cabin crew up and running. But our biggest problem, I suppose, is the supply chain associated with aircraft. What we have seen is we're getting 3 new brand 787s that come in the next few months that are 2 years late. We're seeing it taking a while to reactivate the A380s. There is a lot of maintenance needed on the aircraft, and every maintenance facility around the world is very full because every airline is trying to get their aircraft back up and running. And for our pilots, the big issue is getting them through training. For example, an A380 pilot needs 23 hours in the simulator to be re-endorsed on the aircraft, and the training systems were not set up for that level of training. We haven't said all of that. We're confident that we'll get back in financial year 24 100% of our pre-COVID international capacity and well over 100% of our domestic capacity, and that will mean costs will come out of the business as we're flying more of those aircraft that are on the ground.